We're just now waiting for Clint. It's been different. We've got 3 minutes.
Testing.
I've already tested. Just make sure you go to the bathroom.
Good afternoon. We're ready to begin the Gardena City Council emergency meeting for Thursday, March 19, 2020. Madam City Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Mayor Serta,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Cascanian,
Present.
Councilmember Henderson,
Present.
Councilmember Medina,
Councilmember Medina, present.
Councilmember Tanaka.
Present.
So on March 12, 2020, I'm sorry, I know today's March 19th, but I just want to read. From March 12, 2020, Governor Newsom issued Executive Order Number N25-20, which allows council members to attend city council meetings telephonically. For that reason, the Gardena City Council members have chosen to participate in this emergency meeting telephonically to comply with social distancing. So, if you wish to attend a city council meeting in person, the city council chambers located at 1700 West 162nd Street, Gardena, California, will be open for this meeting, and the public shall have the right to observe and offer public comment at this location. However, please note seating is limited. You will be required to maintain appropriate social distancing, i.e., maintain a 6-foot distance between yourself and other individuals. While you may attend this meeting in person, given the health risks associated with the COVID-19, the city wants you to know that you can submit your comments and questions in writing for City Council's consideration by sending them to the Deputy City Clerk at bromero@cityofgardena.org. To give the City Council adequate time to review your questions and comments, please submit your written comments prior to 1 o'clock today, which was Thursday, March 19, 2020. This will also go into effect for future meetings as we go forward. If you're watching the live stream and wish to make either a general public comment to the comments on the specific agenda item as it is being heard, please submit your comments, limited to 200 words or less, to the Deputy Clerk's office at bromero@cityofgardena.org. Every effort will be made to read your comments into the record, but some comments may not be read due to time limitations. If you have traveled internationally, or if you have had direct contact with somebody who has traveled internationally or tested positive for coronavirus, COVID-19, or you are experiencing any symptoms such as coughing, sneezing, fever, difficulty breathing, or any flu-like symptoms, please do not attend this meeting in person. You may view the meeting live online at youtube.com/City of Gardena. If you're in a group of individuals who may be most vulnerable to the COVID-19, including those over the age of 60 and those with underlying health conditions, including but not limited to lung, heart, immune compromised, diabetes, or other conditions that could interfere with your inability to fight COVID-19, please consider carefully before attending this meeting in person. So with that being said, we're going to move on to public comment. Madam City Clerk, is there anybody from the public who wishes to speak?
No, we do not have anyone to speak.
Okay. With that being said, we're going to move on to item number 3A, which is resolution number 6441. Mr. City Manager.
Mayor Serta and members of the City Council, agenda item 3A1 is a resolution 6441 adopting resolution ratifying the proclamation declaring existence of local emergency. As a result of the serious and imminent threat of the novel coronavirus, otherwise known as COVID-19 in Gardena, and in order to take proactive action in this regard, on Monday, March 16, 2020, as the city manager, I issued the proclamation of local emergency related to COVID-19, as authorized by Government Code Section 8630 and Gardena Municipal Code Chapter 2.56.060. The proclamation will enable the city to more effectively respond to the potential outbreak, put in place a framework that supports the continuity of essential public safety services, seek and utilize mutual aid, potentially obtain reimbursement for expenses incurred to address the pandemic, and ensure that the city has all available tools at its disposal to keep the community safe. The City Council needs to ratify the proclamation, and the need for continuing the local emergency will be reviewed every 60 days or as otherwise required by state law. It is recommended that the City Council adopt a resolution ratifying the proclamation of local emergency. The financial impact or cost, the current city costs are being covered by existing department appropriations. but will be tracked separately in the city's disaster fund. Staff will pursue all federal and state reimbursements for all city costs incurred. What's required is to adopt resolution number 6441.
Okay, thank you. Does any member of the council have any questions or comments on this item?
Yes, Madam Mayor, it's Councilman Henderson. Once we declare the local emergency, do we then have the latitude to start working on some of the eviction issues or potential eviction issues due to folks not being able to pay rent because they've been laid off due to COVID-19?
I'll let the city manager answer that.
Yes, Councilman Henderson, we are aware of the situation. We're aware of the issue as it relates to the moratorium on evictions. We are looking at it right now, and we're working on it currently.
Thank you.
Are there any more questions or comments? If not, can I get somebody to make a motion to adopt resolution number 6441? And if you can, I'm sorry. Did you have a question or comment?
No. So moved.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Second.
Can you identify? I think that first was made by Councilmember Henderson.
Sorry, that was Henderson. Henderson moves.
Henderson made the first?
Medina, second.
Okay, thank you. Madam City Clerk, a motion was made by Councilmember Henderson and a second by Councilmember Medina. Will you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Henderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Medina,
Yes.
Councilmember Tanaka,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cascanian,
Yes.
Mayor Serta.
Yes. Okay. Next, we're going to move on to item number 3A2.
Mayor Serta, members of the City Council, agenda item 3A2 is resolution number 6440, approving the designation of applicants' agent resolution for non-state agencies to obtain federal and/or state financial assistance through the California Office of Emergency Services, or Cal-OES. When disasters such as fire, flood, and earthquakes occur, the city may be eligible for federal and/or state financial assistance by means of reimbursement or grant funding. The Governor's Office of Emergency Services, or Cal-OES, requires an approved resolution known as Designation of Applicant's Agent for Non-State Agencies to be on file for the purpose of obtaining certain federal and/or state financial assistance. Pending and future reimbursements and grant applications will only be accepted from an authorized agent whose title appears on the list approved by council resolution and provided to Cal-OES. This list of authorized agents is designated by title to alleviate the need to adopt a new resolution each time one of the designated agents leaves or moves from his or her position. Staff respectfully recommends that the City Council approve the designation of applicant's agent resolution for non-state agencies, authorizing the city manager, chief of police, or Public Works Director as the designated agents to apply for federal and state disaster financial assistance and make necessary assurances to obtain such assistance. The financial impact and cost, the city is not eligible for state and federal disaster assistance unless a designation of applicant's agent resolution has been adopted by the City Council. What's required is to adopt resolution number 6440. I do want to make a note that this document is effective for 3 years, and the last known document that was filed with the Cal-OES has been 3 years.
Okay, thank you. Does any member of the council have any questions or comments on this item?
Mayor Pro Tem Cascanian, I do.
Go ahead.
Mr. City Manager, once we file this reimbursement, do we know time-wise how long it's going to take us to get the money back to the reimbursement, and what's the process? I mean, how?
Mayor Pro Tem, so currently we are in a state of emergency. We are tracking all costs. That includes any supplies, any costs incurred by the city. Once that is done, once the emergency has passed, we will file a reimbursement from federal and state. From past experience, I can tell you that it can take years. I recall a number of years ago during a fire, it was about 3 or 4 years until we got the reimbursement.
Okay, so is my understanding, that means we're going to continue paying. I'm just going to say, for example, like the payrolls or any other checks that we're going to issue, like from general fund or from any other sources, and then we're going to get reimbursed for those later on. Is that correct?
That is correct. We continue to upfront those costs until we get reimbursed.
Okay, thank you very much.
Are there any
Mrs.
other?
Henderson, I have a question, Mr. City Manager, Madam Mayor.
Go ahead.
In regards to like a lot of these financial packages that other entities are putting together for small business support and everything, is that going to be classified under disaster, or will that still be under Resolution 6441 as a discussion as these things change? I know our community's got a lot of small businesses. I was just curious.
Yes, Councilman Henderson, the proclamation for emergency is just for the city itself as far as continuity of our operations. With regard to financial assistance for small businesses and or individuals, that's going through the federal and state agencies. When the time comes that becomes available to the folks that need it most, we will share the information. Sometimes the city is a pass-through for some of those financial assistance, but most of the time it's a direct application from the recipients.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments? If not, can I get a motion to adopt resolution number 6440?
Councilman Tanaka.
Councilman Medina.
I'm sorry, can one person at a time say that again?
Councilman Medina made the motion.
Okay, Medina made the motion, and who seconded it? Can you repeat again for me, guys? Who seconded this?
Mayor Pro Tem Cascanian, second.
Okay. Madam City Clerk, a motion was made by Councilmember Medina and a second by Mayor Pro Tem Cascanian. Will you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Medina,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cascanian, Mayor Pro Tem Cascanian,
Yes.
Councilmember Tanaka,
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson,
Yes.
and Mayor Serta.
Yes. Okay, moving on, I want to make just an announcement before we adjourn this meeting here. So if everybody will just bear with me for a moment here. Following the nation, state, and county's declaration of emergency, our city manager, Clint Osorio, proclaimed the existence of a local emergency on Monday, March 16, 2020. The City Council strongly supports Clint's decision to take proper action for the health emergency that we're facing. On behalf of myself, the City Council, and all of our exceptional staff, I want to assure you that we're working tirelessly to monitor the novel coronavirus and implementing important advisories from key agencies. As we continue to monitor all areas, our main priority is the community's overall health and wellness. We are working with the county, state, and national agencies to do our part to prevent the spread of COVID-19. We're also working closely with our local hospitals, schools, businesses, and our seniors to provide assistance as needed. We've tailored our services to provide our community with encouraging social distancing, telecommunications, and increasing our overall sanitation efforts. The city has taken the necessary precautions and suspended or postponed city programs, meetings, and events in the interest of our community's health. We have also temporarily closed all of our city facilities and public counters. With that being said, city staff is still dedicated to providing service by telephone and email. Some examples of vital services that the city is still providing, but at a limited scope, include our Senior Meals on Wheels program is still in effect, and we are continuing to deliver needed food to our seniors. Permits can still be submitted to our Community Development Department via email. Simple planning projects can be reviewed and potentially approved via email. Our City Street Maintenance Division will still be performing routine sewer maintenance, which includes cleaning sewer lines, street sweeping in our commercial zones only, cleaning right-of-ways, graffiti abatement, and emergency sign repair. Our G-Trans buses will continue to operate at this time. The front doors of our buses will close, and all of our boarding on our buses will occur at the rear of the bus. During this difficult time, you want to make sure that our riders are safe. Therefore, social distancing will be practiced and seating on our buses will be staggered. We are also not charging any fares at this time. For a complete city directory of all of our services we provide, please visit our website. With knowledge and collective action, we can slow the growing impact of the COVID-19 that it's had on our community. The steps we take today can save lives and prevent our health providers from being overwhelmed. The seniors and immune-compromised in our community are at greater risk of complications as a result of the COVID-19. That's why I strongly urge everyone in our city to take the proper measures to protect our vulnerable communities and stay home as much as possible. Continuing to wash your hands frequently, disinfecting services, use proper cough and sneeze etiquette, and practice social distancing. I would like to thank all of our city staff that have been working tirelessly to provide the most essential services to our community during this unsettling health crisis. I know our staff is committed to doing everything in our power to protect your health, well-being, and ensure your safety. I would also like to commend our first responders and health professionals for doing their part in keeping our community as safe and healthy as possible. City staff is assessing the situation daily and continuing to monitor COVID-19 and its effects on our community. We will be consistently providing updates through the city website and social media. While this is an unprecedented time, we will take the necessary actions to overcome COVID-19. Please take care of yourself and stay healthy. From all of us here at the City of Gardena, we're with you. So, Mr. City Manager, unless you have any thing to say before I adjourn tonight's meeting, or today's meeting?
Madam Mayor, I do not.
Okay. I guess with my colleagues, unless there's anything you guys would like to state at this time? If not, I'm going to...
I just,
I'm sorry?
I said, this is Henderson. Nothing else to add. That was well stated, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I guess no one else is as well. So at this time, the Gardena City Council will adjourn to our next regularly scheduled City Council meeting at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. We are adjourned.